Hey guys, Chris here from Carolot Farm. I have my minis in the back field. They're kind of all sectioned off. I've got my barnyard gate closed for a very special reason. I've got the truck all hooked up and I am literally getting ready to hop in the truck. I'm gonna drive to the rescue. I'm gonna pick up our newest friend and I cannot wait to show you. She's so cute. When we get home, I'm gonna get lots of video, lots of pictures, and I'm already trying to think of a name for this sweet, sweet girl. I've just double checked everything. The truck is all hooked up. All of my safety cables are in place. And the last thing I'm gonna do is check the back door to make sure it is latched. Our trailer has this 3-point harness or, latching system. It has the top latch here. It has this like slide, it goes up and down. And then it has the third latch at the bottom. So whenever I close the door, I just kind of go 1, 2, 3, and then make sure all of those latches are intact. So now it's time to hop in the truck and mosey on down the road. I'll also share, I'm going to pick her up alone today. In the past, when I've gone to get minis from the rescue, which was really just, I guess, once, I returned a mini, but I've always had somebody there to help me. And of course, there will be people at the rescue to help me load her up, but it's always nice when someone who's familiar is there to close your gate and all that stuff. But I really do have the feeling that this mare is going to be really easy and just really laid back and chill. And so fingers crossed, that's what I'm really hoping for. But I do feel really good about her, and she's been at the rescue for a while, and I think she's really ready to find that forever landing home, and I really hope that this is it for her. To give you a little information about this mare, I first went to the rescue and saw her on August 2nd, and then I thought about it long and hard. Sweetheart was having another flare-up, and so I waited. And then when I saw she was still at the rescue, I went back to look at her again for a second time on August 8th. And then I made the decision that yes, she needed to come home. She was a wonderful, sweet little lady. And so I then brought her home and officially adopted her on August 9th. We have just returned home with our newest addition. We're gonna pull on down into that grass ring and close the gates and unload our newest friend here. After I pulled the truck and trailer into our grass ring area, I closed the red gate, and that way I can just open our trailer, let the new horse off, and as you see, Lady trotted away.
What you think, sweet girl?
And was very content. I think she's going to be very happy here. It didn't take Lady long to decide that she wanted to lay down and to get a really, really good back scratch and roll. She sits here and rolls for quite some time. When horses are at a rescue, oftentimes they've come in from some sort of quarantine or holding facility, but even before that, they were likely at auction. And so there's no telling when she last had access to a really nice, soft, green grassy area to roll, to lay, to graze. And so I'm not surprised she was so happy. But as she was moseying around, you can see my other minis have caught sight of her, and now they're all sort of locked in. Sweetheart and Snuggles, they're both a little excited. The boys are just kind of, going along with it. But it'll be interesting to see, because Sweetheart and Snuggles are the more dominant ones, and Lady is a third mare that we're now bringing onto the farm. So we'll have to see how those dynamics go. I think Shenanigans may have just spied her for the first time officially. First time his ears have really perked up. Now she's down for roll number 2 in the nice green grass. She's still very happy out here in the field, just munching away, taking it easy. I mean, she doesn't seem to be concerned about anything. I've walked up to her a couple of times. I adjusted her halter. So she's easy to catch. And again, just kind, quiet. She's certainly older, you know, watching her move around. She does look like an old lady, but that's okay. That kind, quiet temperament is what matters the most. I believe she heard one of the other minis neigh just a moment ago. Now I think she may have caught sight of them. She definitely saw them. She's been accustomed to going into a stall at night, and so I think she'll like the stalls, but Snuggles has just started to whinny at her, and she answered back. So I'm gonna get a little closer. Being as she has voluntarily come on into the barnyard, I'm gonna go ahead and close my gate now, and that way I can safely remove the truck and trailer from the ring paddock area. And then once I do so, I can open it back up, and then this sweet old lady can have her choice of barnyard and larger ring area. So I do need to get the truck and trailer out though first. Shenanigans also just said hello. We'll see what she thinks. She's being very wise about this whole situation. Cautious, interested, but cautious, and rightfully so. You know, she's a little on the thin side. The rescue has been greening her a little twice a day, and I will continue to do the same. So she is a little thin right now. And given her older age, it might be that she is just having a harder time putting a little more weight on, but it's something that we will continue to stay on top of. She's taking a few steps closer. I think she's going to be a pretty mild-mannered little one here. You know, Snuggles and Sweetheart can be a little more assertive and dominant. So, you know, they're the two I want to be the most careful with when we go to introductions tomorrow. The little boys, Shenanigans and Rockstar, I think will be pretty easygoing and laid back. You know, happy to make a new friend. I'm going to actually hold off on moving the truck and trailer until they kind of get their first round of squeals over with. I don't want to step away and then have it get too exciting. You know, I don't love that they can put their heads through that gate, which you can see, you know, Rockstar's doing now. They're all prone to doing it, Shenanigans. So I definitely want to stay close by. If she wanted to reach out her nose, she can almost touch them with their heads through there. Not only is that gate there latched, but I also have an extra snap on it just in case it were to get really, you know, wiggled and jiggled a lot. So I want to be absolutely sure that no horse inadvertently opens that gate until we're ready. So that is just something I wanted to note, that I do have an extra safety latch currently in place. I am finding that Lady is in no hurry to make her formal introductions to the group, and that's totally fine. You know, she can have a nice quiet evening in here all by herself. She can settle, she can really just relax. So I'm not worried about it, but it is interesting that she is taking so much longer than most horses. Just ate some cookies. She was too nervous at the rescue when I loaded her, but I'm glad she ate them now. My sweet girl, my sweet girl. I think she'd like some more. My guys are still interested in our new friend. I'm calling her Lady right now, but she is very content just doing her own thing. She really has no interest in meeting and making new friends just yet. So now everyone's gonna get some fresh water. Right, Snugs? Time for fresh water. I did give her a fresh bucket of water down there in the ring where she's preferring to hang out. And I just saw her drinking. I didn't get it on film, but she did come and have a good drink, so she knows it's there. I'm also in the process of filling this red tub for her in the barnyard. I just scrubbed it out, so she'll have access to plenty of good clean water. But she is still very, very content just hanging out down there in the ring. I've got all these different fences and gates in my way. But she's very happy right now. Here we have this independent older lady, and she absolutely does not need to go hang out with those younger guys. She is perfectly content by herself, and so it's nice that she's just pretty easygoing. I really don't know how long it's been since she had any significant grass, but I'll keep an eye on her because I do recognize that, you know, it has probably been some time since she had much grass. And she is still getting grain twice a day. So here in a couple of hours, I'll give her a little bit of evening grain. We'll keep her on her same routine that the rescue had her on for a while and really see how she adjusts to her new home here at Care-a-Lot. She's not yet gone into the stall, so I'm curious if she goes in there. There's good shade in there. Well, now that lady seems to be nice and relaxed, and so do the rest of the horses. They've all gone off to graze now. They're no longer at the gate. I'm gonna head on inside. Everyone has fresh water, and I'll come back to check on all of them here in a little bit. But so far so good, and we'll keep you posted as we continue this introduction and eventually the merging of them. But that will probably happen sometime tomorrow, probably tomorrow afternoon after everyone's had breakfast and they're settled. So there's no rush. Getting a good scratch here on the side of the door. What'd you think, girl? Yeah, you found the shade of the stall. What a smart girl. And the stalls are still stripped. There's nothing in them, but there is nice shade.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you have enjoyed this video on Lady and her first day here on the farm. I'm so happy to see how relaxed she is. She's settling in very well, and I know she's going to be a wonderful, wonderful fit. Check back soon because we will continue to give updates on how she does as we merge her in with our other minis, as well as just general updates as she continues to become a part of our farm. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.